Every celebrity faces pressure, but for Dylan Wang it is not coming from gossip pages or rival actors, it is coming from inside his own family. And if you think you know how this story ends, then stay right here, because what his parents quietly revealed about the woman they hope he will one day marry has fans arguing across continents. And if you want to understand the expectations, the emotional stakes, and the unseen tension shaping his next move, then do not leave, because the final detail in this story might change how you see him forever. It began with something that sounded harmless. A casual comment at a family gathering. A proud parent speaking to relatives. A line about wanting the best for their son. But in celebrity circles, even the smallest remark can turn into a storm. Word spread quickly through staff members, acquaintances, and industry friends, until it reached people who knew exactly how to translate polite family language into headline fuel. Dylan Wong parents had opinions. Very specific ones. And they were not shy about sharing them in private. According to those close to the family, the conversation took place in a warmly lit dining room far from flashing cameras. Traditional dishes covered the table. Steam rising, glasses clinking, laughter drifting through the house, until the subject shifted. Marriage, future, stability. Dylan had leaned back in his chair, smiling politely the way sons do when they know advice is coming. His mother reached for more tea. His father cleared his throat. And suddenly the air felt heavier. "You are not getting younger," his mother said gently. Dylan laughed. "I am doing fine." His father nodded. "Career-wise, yes. But life is more than schedules and premieres." Then came the word that made him still. Bride. Not girlfriend. Not dating. Bride. Those in the room later said Dylan froze for just a second. Not long enough to be rude. Just long enough to reveal surprise. "We just want you to be happy," his mother added. "But happiness comes from choosing well." Dylan tilted his head. "Choosing what?" His father answered calmly. "The person who will stand beside you when the cameras disappear." That sounded reasonable. Too reasonable. Until the conditions started stacking up. They spoke about values. Family-minded. Grounded. Someone who respects tradition. Someone who understands what it means to carry a famous surname. Someone who could handle attention without being shaped by it. Someone who would not treat marriage like a headline. Someone willing to put family first. Each sentence landed gently, but together they formed a very clear picture. Fans later described it as a checklist. A blueprint. A future mapped out in advance. Dylan listened, nodded, smiled. But insiders noticed something in his expression. That careful neutral look people wear when they do not want to start an argument at the dinner table. His mother leaned forward. "And of course, she must genuinely care for you. Not for your fame." Dylan replied quietly. "That seems obvious," his father added. "And she should be prepared for how complicated your life is. Schedules, travel, rumors, pressure." Dylan stirred his drink. "That part is unavoidable." His mother hesitated, then said, "We just worry about people who get close too quickly. Who enjoy the spotlight too much." That was the line that changed the mood. Because suddenly this was not theoretical. It sounded personal. Too personal. Dylan lifted his eyes. "Is this about someone specific?" The room paused. Just for a second. His parents exchanged a look. Then his mother smiled. "We are speaking generally. But generally can still hurt." Dylan leaned back. "Careful now." His father responded gently. "We are not attacking anyone. We are protecting you." That word again. Protecting. It echoed through the room. Dylan exhaled slowly. "I appreciate that. But you cannot plan my feelings." His mother reached across the table. "We are not trying to. We just hope you choose someone who fits into this family." Another loaded word. After that, the conversation drifted back to lighter topics. Work, coming projects, relatives. But the message had already landed. Those close to Dylan say he left that dinner thoughtful, quiet, unusually reserved. Later that night, he reportedly sat alone on his balcony scrolling through messages without answering any. Because while his parents never named anyone, the timing was impossible to ignore. Rumors about his romantic life had already been flooding the internet. Speculation about proposals, confrontations, and private confessions. Fans were linking his name to different women daily. So when whispers about parental expectations leaked, the internet went wild. Posts exploded. Parents want traditional bride. Family pressure mounting. Dylan future wife checklist. Comment sections turned into battlefields. Some fans applauded his parents for wanting stability. Others accused them of being too controlling. Some worried about whoever Dylan might already care about. Was she being judged, measured, compared? One viral post read, "Imagine falling in love while a whole family is designing your replacement." Another said, "Parents always want what they think is best. But hearts do not work like spreadsheets." Reaction channels dissected every word, every rumored quote. Body language from old interviews resurfaced. Clips of Dylan talking about marriage, about wanting peace, about valuing loyalty. Suddenly everything sounded like evidence. Meanwhile, people close to Dylan insisted he was trying to stay calm, that he understood his parents' worries, but also felt boxed in, torn between respect and independence. One acquaintance quietly said, "He loves his family, but he does not like being told who he should love." Another added, "It is the classic struggle. Filial duty versus personal happiness, just happening under a spotlight." The most interesting part, according to insiders, was not what his parents said, but what Dylan did not say. He did not promise anything. He did not agree. He did not push back loudly. He listened, stored it, and walked away thinking, which in celebrity stories often means something much bigger is coming. Because silence is rarely the end. It is usually the pause before a choice. So are Dylan Wong parents shaping his future before he can? Are their expectations quietly influencing how he handles his relationships? And what happens when personal feelings collide with family ideals in front of millions of spectators? If you want the next chapter, what Dylan reportedly confided to a close friend after that dinner, and whether this parental pressure will change how he approaches love, then stay close, because this story is far from finished, and the next revelation may be the one nobody is ready for yet.